Hello, good morning. Cheerfulness gives elasticity to spirit. Okay, so let us be cheerful and let us learn today about the concept that how children are so important in the life of the parents. Top of that, then children are said to be the pearls of wisdom. Not only that, they are apple of the eyes of the parents. So dear students, you may be thinking that what makes to speak about children so much today. So today we are going to have or we are going to learn about the poem that is on children, written by Khalil Gibran, or even he is called as Khalil Gibran also. So let me tell the concept what he has written. It is written in the poetic form, the conversation that the lady had with the messenger, that is the prophet, about children. So that Gibran has written. Let me read a note on author about the poem, that is the extract what he has taken from his well-known work, that is the prophet. So it is from 1883 to 1931. He is a Lebanese American artist and poet. His poems are considered poetic essays. So dear students, let me tell you about poetic essays. Poetic essays in sense, it is brief, let me give you the brief knowledge about this. Poems are usually written in personification, metaphorization, and there are so many figures of speech that depicted in the poem. But here, poetic essays. So it is a poem, no doubt, but not in the format of a poem. So we need not go deeper into that. Then again, the metric system, the measurement, so everything comes. When you are going to see that poem, look at that, it appears to be like an essay. Generally told, there are no many comparison or one or two metaphorization is there, but there is no total comparison. Hence, brief knowledge is enough for that, for which is called as poetic essay. So as they do not adhere to the usual versification, that is what he says here, because it is called as poetic essay, because they do not adhere to the usual versification. What is usual versification here? Means the way of writing the poetry, that's it. The Prophet is his best known work and has been translated into more than 25 languages including Kannada. So it is a poem what makes the people to translate this poem into so many major languages, and that too even in Kannada. So the poem's concept is about parenting, how children are brought up under the guidance of the parents, and who is the real who is the real one who directs everything, that is the creator, God. That is the main concept. So this on children is a selection from the prophet, which offers a critique of the usual expectations of parents regarding their children and urges them to introspect. Dear students, let me brief these lines to you which offers a critic of usual expectations. Why the word critic is used there? So let me analyze. Critic of usual expectations of the parents. In general sense, there are so many different kinds of thoughts with the different kinds of parents. Some are so dominative and possessive. Some they are going to think children as their property. So they may sometimes, they are not the enemies, but sometimes because of much love what they show towards their children, or something because of the expectations, maybe because they might have sacrificed so many things in order to bring the children, and that expectations which they might have not filled in their lifetime, maybe they may be expecting those things to be done by the children, and they may become possessive or over possessive on their children. So that's it. So generally, when we are going to come across, no parents are like that who are going to be too possessive on their children. Right, students? So now, let me bring you about the poem. As I told you, the concept of the poem, so that what it is going to tell. It is only this much, that how parents are going to bring their children, and parents are only the source to bring the children in the world, but the real director is God, who is going to direct the future of the children. So let me see about the poem. They are the sons and daughters So as they are the sons and daughters of life's long desire, one is told there. So let it be. We will go to that next. Let me brief you with little pre-reading activity. What it is and what it states. So what do your parents expect of you? What do you expect of your parents? Have you ever felt your parents are too possessive, demanding? Why? These are the questions. The concept is related to the very questions. So as I already told you, what do your parents expect of you? So as earlier stated, that maybe the parents, because of their sacrifice what they have done, it's not a sacrifice, it is a duty also. So they might have not fulfilled their desires, or they want to fulfill that through their children when they are going to earn abundantly. Maybe this point of view, the perspective may be that. What do your parents? Or because they are loving their children so much that they don't want them to get departed or to keep them away from them. Maybe this also. Then the next question, what do you expect of your parents? So it is natural. There are so many expectations what the children will be having from their parents. There are numerous. As we are human, we have so many wants and desires which will not be fulfilled throughout our lifetime. Only the one which is very required or the needy will be fulfilled. Of course, different parents have different point of earning and they are going to fulfill those desires. So that children's expectations are different. The last question is that, have you ever felt your parents are too possessive, demanding, and why? So this question has got two questions in it. One is too possessive or demanding, the other one is why. So the answer you got in the previous two questions what we have told you. Too possessive because of love that they are going to shower on their children. The other thing is because they want their children to be with them. The last thing is that they might want to fulfill their desires, maybe the thing also. That is considered very in a very less percentage. And demanding possessive because of these things only. Why? Why? Because there's somewhere some parents, very little percentage of the parents think that children might be their asset. And let me bring one more point to your notice, that here the thing is about freedom also. What is freedom here? What type of freedom? Not that freedom where children may get spoiled because of the excess of freedom given. That is not the thing. Freedom in sense, after a certain period of time, children are not going to be children. They are going to turn into adult, and that in their adulthood, they are going to shoulder different kinds of responsibilities as what the parents have already shouldered. Maybe the responsibility of their own parents, of his family or her family, apart from when they are going to earn, the responsibility of their working, which needs freedom. So on that point of view, parents are going to be possessive as how they were when children were so small, and at that time it is parents who are going to look after them. Direction of the God is of course there, and at that time they may have many of the restrictions imposed on the students. It doesn't mean that they are demanding something. It is because children are small, they don't know what they have to do. But after a certain period of time, the same thing cannot be practiced on the students. They require something different, that is freedom. This is also considered. So let me talk you about the poem, or let me read the versions that are there to you on the screen. And here what the poet says is, and a woman who held a babe against her bosom said, speak to us of children. And he said, your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you, for life goes not backward, nor tarries with yesterday. You are the bows from which your children as living arrows are sent forth. The archer sees the mark upon the path of the infinite, and he bends you with his might, that his arrows may go shift and fall. Let your bending in the archer's hand be for gladness. For even as he loves the arrows that flies, so he loves also the bow that is stable. So this is about the poem. So dear students, let me brief you those above said lines. That is, it is a concept of parenting. It is being told in the poem. Now, in the very first line, when we are going to read that, a woman who held a babe against her bosom said, so closely to her bosom, she very carefully held the child. This shows how much of immense love the mother has or the parents have towards their children. And speak to us of children. It is quoted into inverted commas. It means a woman who goes to the prophet and talks to him to tell about the children. So, and he said, so he here refers to the prophet because it is a concept taken from his very works, the prophet. So only he is referred to the prophet. And what he says, you children are not your children. So dear students, this line has got two meanings here. One, the very first meaning is that your children are not your children. It means they are the children being bestowed by God to the parents. So the real creator is God here. Another meaning, your children are not your children. It means they are your own children. You are only, the prophet is saying here, parents are only the source on the face of the earth to bring their children to a certain level. That is the meaning. Got it? So let us go to the other lines. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They are the sons and daughters. Of course, they are children. However old the children are going to turn. For the parents, the children are going to be children only. They are the sons and daughters. They are your children, but they are sons and daughters referred to the world. His son, her son, his daughter, her daughter. It is referred like that. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. Life's longing. What is life's longing? What is the word longing states there? It is used in different form. Life's longing. Longing general meaning is a long, something which has got some length. But here, longing is used in different form. The meaning is desire. So what is the line stating there? They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. It means after a certain period of time, they are no more going to remain children. They are going to turn into adult, and at that time, they are going to have some desires, some responsibilities. That is the meaning. So dear students, let us have analytical discussion of the lines, the rest of the lines in the next class. So here you clearly understand the concept. It is how the parents are to bring up their children, the parenting, in what way they have to do, and a little bit of freedom must be given to the children when they are going to turn into adult, so that they are going to take the proper responsibility. And the major reason is that children are the very gift of God to parents. Parents are the source for the children. So till then, take care and be safe. Bye.